There are cars, and then there are legends. And the 1967 Corvette Stingray 427 stands firmly at the top of that list. This is not just a machine. It's a moment in time, a statement of power, design, and ambition that still echoes through automotive history today. When you look at a 1967 Stingray, you're not just seeing a car. You're witnessing the peak of an era when performance meant something raw, untamed, and unforgettable. By 1967, Chevrolet had already established the Corvette as America's sports car, but this year was different. This was the final year of the second-generation Corvette, known as the C2. And everything the company had learned over those years came together in one beautifully aggressive package. The design had been refined to near perfection. The lines were sharper, the stance was wider, and the presence was undeniable. It sat low, like it was ready to pounce, with curves that flowed like sculpture and details that made it instantly recognizable from any angle. But as stunning as the exterior was, the real story of the 1967 Corvette Stingray 427 begins under the hood. This is where the legend truly lives. The 427 cubic inch V8 engine wasn't just powerful, it was a force of nature. It represented the height of American muscle during a time when horsepower wars were pushing manufacturers to their limits. Drivers had options, ranging from strong to absolutely outrageous, but none captured the imagination quite like the infamous L88 engine. On paper, the L88 was rated at 430 horsepower, but that number was more of a suggestion than a fact. In reality, this engine was producing well over 500 horsepower, a level of performance that was almost unheard of for a production car at the time. And yet, Chevrolet deliberately underrated it. This wasn't about deception, it was strategy. Lower official numbers helped keep insurance costs manageable and ensured that only serious enthusiasts would seek it out. The L88 wasn't designed for comfort or convenience. It was designed to dominate. If you ordered one, you weren't getting a luxury sports car. You were getting a race-ready machine. There was no radio to distract you, no heater to keep you comfortable. Even the engine required high-octane racing fuel, making it impractical for everyday driving. This was a car built with a singular purpose, performance at the highest level. And perhaps that's what makes it so special. Out of all the Corvettes produced in 1967, only 20 were equipped with the L88 engine. That rarity alone places it in a category of its own, but it's the story behind it that elevates it to legend status. These cars weren't just purchased, they were chosen, often by drivers who understood exactly what they were getting into. They knew this wasn't about cruising down the boulevard. This was about pushing limits, testing boundaries, and experiencing speed in its purest form. Beyond the engine, the 1967 Stingray featured details that made it truly one of a kind. The 5 side vents, for example, were a one-year-only design element that instantly sets this model apart. They weren't just functional. They added to the car's aggressive personality, giving it a look that suggested motion even when standing still. Small touches like these are what collectors and enthusiasts obsess over because they represent a moment that can never be recreated. Step inside and the experience continues. The interior of the 1967 Corvette Stingray was designed with the driver in mind. Everything was positioned for control and connection. The cockpit wrapped around you, creating a feeling that was more aircraft than automobile. Gauges were clear and purposeful. The steering wheel felt direct and responsive, and every input you made translated immediately into action. There was no separation between driver and machine. You didn't just drive this car, you became part of it. And then there's the way it felt on the road, or more accurately, on the edge of the road. The power delivery was immediate and intense. Press the accelerator, and the car didn't hesitate. It launched. The sound of the 4.27 engine was deep, aggressive, and unmistakable. A roar that let everyone nearby know this was no ordinary vehicle. It demanded respect, and it rewarded skill. This wasn't a car you casually drove. It was a car you experienced. The timing of the 1967 Stingray also plays a huge role in its legacy. The late 1960s were a golden age for performance cars in America. Manufacturers were competing fiercely, each trying to outdo the other with bigger engines, higher horsepower, and bolder designs. But while many cars from that era were powerful, few achieved the balance of performance, style, and identity that the 1967 Corvette Stingray delivered. It wasn't just part of the competition, it helped define it. Over the years, the value of the 1967 Corvette Stingray 427, especially the L88 models, has only continued to rise. Collectors recognize not just the rarity, but the significance.